Hello and welcome to today's stream. This stream is in partnership with Plutus. If you're looking for a crypto bank, then I do highly suggest you check this out. You can receive UK sort code and account number or European IBAN within minutes and earn up to 3% crypto rewards on all your daily spend. So go ahead, check it out. Plutus, which has a native at it, which is Pluton. So let's get cracking with today's stream. This is me. How are we all doing? I've been away for a couple of days, so I've not done much content, but we'll wait for a few people to jump on the stream, and then we'll get cracking with some price analysis, because I've not really looked at the charts over the course of the last few days. So, like I say, wait for a few people to get on. Let me know where you're all from. If you've got any general questions, crypto related, whether that be price analysis or just general questions, for crypto, then fire in the comments. Like I say, wait for a few people to jump on, and then we'll crack right on. I've not done a video since yesterday morning, always, so Twitter's been quite active. I tried to keep that on, but yeah, you know what, I find it a little bit easier to do some streams. I think it's better for community engagement more than anything as well. So I might start to do more streams when I get a chance, but I will still do those price analysis videos. I think once the market decides which way it's going, because currently, I mean, we need to analyse this and what's going on, but it could still be just a relief bounce before we drop off. But we'll have a look at that in a second. But those pre-recorded videos I do, they're not exactly live when I do them, and they're always a few hours later than when I expect to push them out. So we'll see what's going on. Like I say, a few more people to jump in and we'll crack on. You can't keep up at all, mate. For example, if I did a Zilliqa video and then I went to post it 2-3 hours later, the price would be completely wrong because price have been swinging all over the place. Right, so let's crack on with a bit of Bitcoin analysis. Last time I looked at the charts, we was at the top here 2 days ago. What date is it? 24th, yeah. So we was up around this week probably, and over the course of the last 24 to 48 hours, we was looking really, I was looking for a potential buying opportunity down at 31k, but we've used this 382 level as a nice bounce so far, and we are pushing up. Key area for Bitcoin is bouncing above 34,900. If you look at this area here where we rejected last time, and this area which we're closer now, it was actually this area that acted as support, so that could be a key area to break through. I think if we do break through this region, tell you what, we'll mark it up. If we do break through there, you could even say it's towards the bottom of that wick, around that region. So we use it as support there, we rejected off it here. If we do break through it this time, then I think we're going to go on and test this region at around 36k. So far this move is looking quite healthy. Questions in the chat. How do you feel about ADA? I've been hearing lots of bullishness. I legitimately am unsure. To be honest, mate, I'm not sure if you watched this channel before, but I rarely cover Cardano, to be honest. It's a solid project, but I'm just not a massive fan of it. My screen only shows at 3 viewers. It'll pick up soon, mate. It's got 34 on my side. It'll pick up soon. So looking at this area, we're actually trying to break through here now as we speak. It's pushing through. Look at it, it's on the lower time frame. Trying to break through, aren't we? Let's hope we can push through here today, because we know it's Friday tomorrow, and tomorrow is options expiry day, so that could be a bit of a violent day. And we always know that Fridays, especially last Friday, can be quite volatile. So looking at this region, actually, if you look at this region all the way through, we'll go back to it and tell you what, no, we'll stick on this time frame, and it shows confluence all the way through. If you look at this region here, back on the 5th of June, we use this area as support. Come back down here, 13th of June, support, 3 levels. Here, 19th of June, support. And then that area got flipped once we went down here from support to resistance. We actually rejected off it then, and now we are pushing through it now. If we can get a closure on the daily time frame, or even 4 hourly, above 34,900, that will be a bullish sign. which then lead me up to this region to potentially target 36k. So a few levels for us to target. This is the first major area for us to break through, 34,900. Let's keep an eye on that. Let's monitor throughout this stream, because I'm going to be on here for about 45 minutes, an hour, and if you're going to be on, we'll monitor. As you can see, we are busting through it now. We need a big candle to the upside and take out all these wicks around here, which could be a good start. So yeah, BTC, in terms of perspective, where I think we are, I think that was a bottom, to be honest. It acted as a massive bottom back in January. It was a yearly open. We come back down to test it 3 times. This is the 4th time, so 4th time lucky. Currently this candle is looking very bullish. We're now at 35k. Let's see if we can push on through. So BTC, we will monitor that throughout this stream. If you have any projects you want me to have a look at in the stream, fire them in the comments now. Or if you've got any questions regards to anything crypto related, fire them in comments, and then we'll have a good chat. If you anything you want to talk about, just ask away, and I'll quite happily answer. I just want to have a look at a couple of things before we get answering some questions. I want to have a look at this crypto fear and greed index. So the previous day, yesterday when I checked this morning, it was 14. Day before it was 10. So let's have a look, let's have a refresh and see what's going on. 22, so we're climbing a little bit, which is a good sign, because we do know when there's extreme fear in the market, the price is starting to die. We're still in extreme fear. I think a push back up towards 30, 35 is what's coming over the next few days, personally. AMP. I've done AMP before. Market is paralysed in extreme fear. It's been like that since that major drop. So what did AMP do in terms of a drop? 57% drop. It's now on a decent run up. At highs to lows, we did a 35% recovery, which is not much yet. It's going sideways. You could say we're potentially forming a bit of a bullish pendant here. Maybe looking for a breakout from that scenario. Currently, if you're looking for buys, maybe, I would take a look at this region from the entire bottom to the entire top. Probably looking at around buys on that 50% level, if it stays within this triangle. If it does break down, maybe fill some orders at 0.058. Currently rejected off that 35k region, aren't we? 35,140, so rejected off that of a minute. We'll monitor this on the 15 minute, actually do it on 5 minutes, see what goes on here. Really need to break through this region. As you can see, that current wick, a little bit nasty, rejected off that so far, but let's see if we can push up above it. Zero Storm, does BQXUSD look bullish? Let's have a look. Everything's starting to pick up, to be honest. I mean, that looks like it's bullish, but that's a 5 minute time frame. I only tend to look from a 4 hour, really. Still downtrending. I think what we need to do, if we're looking for buys on BQX, I think we need to break out of this massive downtrend that we've been on. So I don't think it'll be bullish until it breaks above that, above 240, currently at 224. If we do break out, maybe you're looking for potential break to the upside, a retest of that trend before we do push on. So that's a bit of a setup there. But yeah, it's not looking bullish at the minute, mate. Nothing's looking bullish. The entire market looks like it's on its knees. But I put a tweet out a little bit earlier on saying whenever the market is in this stage, in extreme fear, I tend to see that as a bullish sign long term. People are fearful, prices are dropping. Why not buy them prices? Any thoughts on ADAX DEX? I've never looked at it, mate, to be honest. Kareem, how's it going, mate? ERSDL. Shall we have a look at it in terms of price analysis? I've not looked at it for a few days. Actually had a top up. on Federal Reserve. I think this is going to be a solid project in the next few years. Obviously, we've done that major retracement, which was nasty, but it is what isn't it? Currently downtrending still. I know it's a massive downtrend, but if you look at his lower time frames, we're looking for a breakout above that. To be honest, I mean, looking for a breakout above that. I think a breakout above 14-15 cent will start to push us on, but pretty much zero volume going through on Federal at the minute. Let's have a look in terms of yeah, not much volume at all. $7 million, which is absolutely nothing at all. How is Rug? Yeah, it's not done my best, has it? But fundamentally, the project is sound. It just had a load of fraudsters attack it at the beginning. To be honest, probably didn't have the best launch, did it? That promise of 1000% APR didn't materialise, and I think everything went down my shitter, didn't it? But let's see. I would be topping up. I've actually had a top up. I think I bought another ETH's worth. I bought it at 15 cent, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, I bought some at about 15 cent, probably on Matwick. No, one on Matwick. Somewhere around here somewhere. But I had a top up at 15 cent, which I think fundamentally long terms, I think it'll be sound. Does this feel the same as 2018 bear market? No, it doesn't, mate. I don't think we're in a bear market. I know a lot of people do. I just think this is a massive retracement with a hell of a lot of FUD and fear thrown into a mix. I don't think we have seen a peak within this bull cycle yet. We've seen some major rises across alts and BTC up to 65k were massive. But I still think, honestly, there's a long way to go on this bull run. Can I have a look at Doge? So I'll have a look at Doge, mate. Doge, where are you? There we go. Decent bounce back, to be honest, so far. I highlighted this red level previously, as it was that low back in April, and we were bouncing around here. I thought, right, there's a good chance it's going to go and test this region. I think it was a double bottom nearly there towards, I mean, not quite on that 15 cent region, but it's bounced off 16.4. It's pushing up. It's done quite a good recovery so far. If you look at that on 4 hour. Remember, these could just be relief bounces, so I mean, the market could die again. But so far, so good. Done a 54% recovery. Key areas to note. I think this is a key area around here. If you're looking at this area here, I think that's a key area to break through. If you look at this, support all the way through. A little bit trading here, then we rejected out area. So that is the first major area to target up at 28 cent. I think if we pushed up on that and broke above it, then it potentially could start pushing on. But so far, this is not much more than a relief bounce across every asset. I mean, if you're looking for buys, maybe target 20 cent could be a decent level to buy, even 19. Ladder a few with him at range and he might pick a few up. Potential impulse move up, down to test this region around here somewhere, and then go up and target that region. Could be probably the first major one to take. SDR has literally not budged one bit despite the slight dip. A lot of, well, usually it's the top 50, top 100 assets that do pretty much follow Bitcoin in tandem. Because more investors are involved in them and more investors are fearful, if you know what I mean. So, but the lower caps aren't too bad. If you're offered a guaranteed multiple on your portfolio from today's prices to the top, if this bull run was a minimum multiple, would you take it right now as guaranteed? I reckon I could times 10 my portfolio and be very happy and live very happy for the rest of my life. Very happy and very nicely with multiple properties. But any form more than 10x, which it doesn't sound that unachievable in crypto, does it? But with this major shakeout we've had at the minute, probably a little bit more than that. Probably about 10x from my high, so I don't know, 15, 20x. But I think my portfolio will be back to where it was at some stage. Caps has held my profile up so well over the course of the last this last drop. Right, let's have a look at some alts. We've not looked at Ethereum yet, which has regained $2,000 currently. 4-hour time frame here. So what have we done? Been up, rejected off $2,000 there, and we're currently at that resistance level there. So that is a key area for Ethereum. If you look at this rejection, this tap of support here, then we've had a rejection, 3 rejections there, and we're currently rejected off 2034. So I think breaking through that region is a first major target for Ethereum. If we do break above that, same as BTC, I think things are looking good. BTC again's rejected off. That is a key area. If you've just joined the stream, if you're looking at this red level here for Bitcoin, it goes all the way through to this wick back on the 19th of May. This wick here, 28th of May. Wick here, 50 June, shows that is a massively key area at 35k. Currently we've rejected off it twice recently, but if we do break above this and close above that, that will be a very, very bullish sign for Bitcoin, in my opinion. I'm looking for maybe a potential long. If we do break above here, I reckon we're going to hit 36k and we'll reject back down to here. So that's a potential setup I might be looking for. So let's see if that plays our way. Can have a look at Cotia bought on the dip at 11 cent. Let's have a look at that, mate. If you bought at 11 cent, mate, you're a king. Nice area to buy that. Currently up at 15 cents, so you're in a nice bit of profit. So look at the over. Let's get rid of this previous TA. So big dipper from 60 cent all the way down to 11, 80% drop, which was it's not uncommon that across a lot of the alts in the top 100. You see some major pullbacks for no reason at all other than Bitcoin dying, and mixed with a bit of FUD, and also mixed with fear as well. So in terms of a daily candle, it's not looking too bullish at the minute. It's still bearish. We are downtrending. It's a long way off that trend. If you're looking at a trend, I mean the trend's pretty much down from the top, but if you're looking at its local trend, that's the first key area that we need to break through above this trend. So I mean it's currently at 15 cent. Really need to be looking at 17, 18 cent to break out. But if you're looking at some 4 hour, depends how this goes, but if you're looking for some extra buys and the market doesn't dip and we continue to go up in this move, potentially look at buys at 13 cent around that region, or even at 14 cent. Maybe ladder a few down from 14 to 13, but I think 13 cent, mate, you're definitely up in some nice profit at a minute. Ren, I agree with that, mate. Definitely agree with that. Well, I mean, we're definitely not bullish, Tank. Definitely not bullish. The market looks so bearish, it's horrendous. But there's some potential signs. If we flip 35k and hold above that for the weekend, then I think there's a good chance we might be able to start pushing on. But I think another rejection out of this, it could obviously just maintain this bearish momentum. And we've had a good bounce so far, and there's a lot of people seem to think we're in a full-blown bear market. I'm not of that opinion yet. I think if we did close below the yearly open, then it would probably switch my thoughts to bearish. But remember, if we are in a bull cycle, you would expect to have at least one yearly green candle, wouldn't you? If you look at this 52-week, which is the yearly chart, I've actually turned back bullish now, but when this candle was below 28k, we actually had a red candle, and to be in a bull cycle, you would not have a red candle. So that is now pushing back up to the upside. It was red, it was all the way down here at 28k, and it was a red yearly candle. For me, if this is a bull cycle, it doesn't make any sense to have a red yearly candle, because people think it's going down to 20k, 13k, 5k, 3k. It would be nowhere near a cycle, and that means we would not have had a bull cycle. So we're well overdue a bull cycle. I think we're midway, and I personally think it's just a massive, I mean, I say massive, it's only done a 55% drop from the high, so I mean, you would expect that. Should have been less really, we're probably expecting a 30-40% drop, but like I say, all that fear added up together has brought it down a little bit further. Alts have been absolutely hammered, and I honestly think it's a bottom, but it's only my opinion, and I could be wrong. I'm not a complete expert. It's just my thoughts on the matter, and I think we can really start to pick up some momentum. We might have a bit of a choppy end to a month going into July, and I think August we might start to pick up and regain some momentum. What would your advice be for trading with a small amount? In terms of what? Which asset? Or it's quite a broad question, mate. Yeah, good reason, Matthew, mate. I'd wait till after weekend, because we've got contract expiries tomorrow, which could be volatile. Weekends, we know, are notorious for being horrific. So yeah, I'd potentially wait, mate. For my own trend, I think the next cycle will be 2 to 4 weeks. Well, you say the next cycle, but I mean, I still think we're in the cycle currently. Obviously, we've had a big retracement on this cycle, but I think it's still part of this bull cycle. I mean, this should be coming down here if it's bear market. Should be within arm's range. So far, we're bouncing off this yearly open very nicely. So I think this cycle here, obviously on the way up, you always have. So if you look at this move here, that was the lows. That's the start of a bull run. We get highs, lows, come down, retrace, big pump up, retrace. If you're looking all the way around here, we have big retracement. And obviously, I think this was overextended, and I think we can start to push on soon, potentially. That's the way I think it's going to play out, so let's see. I'm in end of a wyckoff. Yep, potentially, mate, yeah. V-chain, let's have a look at V-chain. Tell you what, it's fucking red hot today. Open that door. V-chain. Looks nasty, right, doesn't it? Very nasty. Let's have a look what I've going on. Sorry, red lines are an absolute mess, really. So let's just completely clear that chart. Did a major retracement. I mean, looking from the highs all the way to lows. We did a 81% drop, which was uncalled for. Absolute solid asset fundamentally, and we did a major retracement. But let's drop to 4 hour. So far, decent recovery. If we look at that from the lows to the highs, I mean, in them highs there, we did a 41% recovery. Currently at 37%. Obviously, we need to look at this area here. If you look at that wick there, we rejected off it, then we rejected off it here. Looks like we're coming up for our third test, so 8.4 cent is the key resistance levels for us to target next. I think a closure above that, then we would look at targeting this wicks around here. I'll put 10 cent, but let's see if we can bust through it. This all inevitably comes down to Bitcoin breaking through, which is popping back up a minute. Need to get that closure above here today. Come up, test that 36k region. Look for a rejection to potentially open a long from this area. What we're looking at V-chain now. Similar setup with this, maybe with V-chain. If we're looking for potential longs or trades or getting back in. If, for example, if you held VeChain and sold, and now you're holding Tether, we're looking for a breakout above this current level of resistance at 8.4 cent. Potentially go up and target some of these wicks, then reject and come back and test this region before that next leg up to around there. So I mean, let's see if we can bust through on BTC, close above. Same for altcoins. If we do push up, maybe look for some rejections back down to this resistance line, which would then be acting as support. Still optimistic about VeChain to $1 by end of year, 0 to 75 cent. I think, to be honest, Zilliqa's got a bigger potential to be priced per coin a lot more than VeChain, only due to the ecosystem's growing massively. They've got a lot smaller supply. So I think you might be able to flip that round. Zilliqa can be at least $1 plus. I think VeChain will be it'll be tough to get up to 75 cent, but it's doable. In terms of one here, potentially. Reef, what's Reef currently sat at? It's only at 1.5 cent now, and at 30 cent. Where have we been in the past? We've been up to 5 cent. Potentially, yeah, 30 cent could be a good call. But let's just see how this recovery goes. So far, nothing major other than a relief bounce, which could turn nasty again. But so far, it looks okay. I mean, we've had plenty of these bounces before, which never materialise. We could eventually, you know, now we might come back up and test 31k and come back down here again. But I honestly think that this may be over. But let's see. VeChain has the most partners in use case. Don't know why people are so bearish on VeChain. I don't even, mate, to be honest. Probably not, Jack. As long as the price stays the same on BTC USDT as when you buy ESDL, then no. Can you not buy it in Satoshis on KuCoin? No, you can't, can you? We really need a BTC pair. I don't know which will make things a lot easier, but you're not going to lose sats, mate. Maybe a couple, but with fees. But yeah, as long as the price stays the same, I'm not too. It won't matter that much. Cheryl, how's it going? What are your thoughts on Kusama? I've just always invested in Polkadot and not given any of my time to research Kusama, really, to be honest. I think now it's a solid level to look at. This is a setup I had. I must have posted this on yesterday's stream, yesterday morning. First key area, need to push back up and test that $306 area. Can't believe we've been down to 162. I should have bought some, really, then. Currently it's at 215. I think it's still a good level to buy it. We use this area here. We actually dropped through that area of support. So yeah, but in terms of what do I think about it, not too much really that I know about it. I need to have a look into it, mate, and do some more research, because really I should be topping up, or should be buying some. What's a better buy now, DOT or ESDL? DOT is probably the best asset. ESDL's cheap with a chance of bigger returns, if you know what I mean. So, up to you, mate. When you think every coin will bounce back? Just need to monitor BTC, don't we? I think once that starts pushing up, which is currently this region, I think we need to flip this area back to support. We need to close above 35k over the next few days, or today or tomorrow. Close above that and turn back to support. I think once BTC does eventually regain some momentum, then alts might follow it up, but so far everything's looking a bit shit. I agree, Mark Antoine. I agree, mate. Darrow. I've seen you mention that a few times, actually. Let me just have a look if it's worth, and a look at if it's where we're trading. Q coins, we should have a chart on it. Oh. This is a nice bounce back, isn't it? I'm presuming, let's just go backwards at the all-time highs currently. Up 36% today. Something fundamentally must be going on with the project. All-time high $14, so yeah, all-time high 3 days ago. That's looking okay so far, isn't it? I mean, it's going into price discovery. That's the all-time high wick there. Yeah, that's going into a bit of price discovery mission at a minute. So, I mean, in terms of TA, I mean, if you're looking for buy-ins, maybe look at that entire move. Maybe look at buys, see if you can get some at 961. Might be a good potential area to look at, but yeah, that's looking solid. Can't believe we've got some assets that are doing well. Although we have got a bit of greeny on my right hand side. You think first Ethereum will gain, then the rest of altcoins? Initially, it's going to be BTC, isn't it? I mean, we need Bitcoin to keep on pushing and flip this area to support. We need to go up and test this area again. I think that BTC will go on a run of itself soon. Altcoins in Satoshi pairs will probably get wrecked. I think if you're looking at the market dominance of Bitcoin, I've said this in multiple streams, we dropped so hard from that 73% region up there. A little bit of a consolidation here at 63, but then we dropped all the way down to 40%, and we acted as some nice support there. If you look at that move there, it was support, and we've bounced up. I think this is what's going to happen with Bitcoin dominance. I can see Bitcoin going on quite a substantial run soon, and it pops back up there. Once that's done up there, I think it'll reject and start coming back down. As always, you check coins that you are interested in. No, I don't, mate. Just because I've just missed your Omni there and Polk, I will come to it in a second. Stop whinging. Or happily leave. I'm not too fussed really, mate. I'll have a look for you. There you go, mate. That one died off, didn't it? Up 3%. It's not worth buying that at all. It looks pretty much dead. That's fucked. I've said that on other streams as well. When everybody has asked me to look at this, look at that. It looks horrific. 92% down so far. If there's nothing wrong fundamentally with the project and you're following it, then happy days. Buy the dip. But fundamentally, I'm not too sure, to be honest, mate. So I would not be buying that unless. I mean, is everybody leaving the party? I don't know what's going on there. But in terms of price analysis, it looks shit. That's all I'll say. Can I check engine? Yes, I can. %81 drop. Could say we've had a double bottom there. We've come down, obviously, out of that major dip. Then we'll come back down to test it again. You could say that as well was a nice area of support around that region. If you're looking at this rejection on that wick and support on that wick, and when we come through, bounce off it twice. So far we've done a little pushback, nothing major, but if you're looking at a bottom and move to a top there, we've done a 43% bounce back so far. If you're looking for some buys on this, I really like Engine, solid project. Engine had NFTs out which were called collectibles way before any of these projects you're talking about now. I've got shitloads ERC 115 assets on Engine from 2 years ago. If you're looking for buys though, you could potentially fill some up at 96 cents. Currently at $1 really, so see if you can get that major move up. We've already been down and tested that region, haven't we? So I mean that could have been the area to target. If it breaks through this area now at $1, then you're going to go up and target these wicks here. So that's potentially the next area to look at targeting 117. Maybe then reject off that, come back down and fill some orders at $1, which will be a bullish sign. BTC rejected again. That 35k level of resistance is solid. Oh, my chair's all over. Any thoughts on Bitcoin? Never heard about it, mate. Flew down at $4. If you've got a Plutus card and you're spending and you're earning cash back on it at 3% Plutus, at current prices that these are, you're going to be, once Plutus starts pushing on, you're going to be laughing, because I mean, this has been up to $55 in past. If you're stacking rewards now on Plutus at that level, it's going to be bullish. Bullish. What's total 2 saying? That's back on rise. It's had a nice bounce off that 618 level. It showed, if you look at that entire move on the total 2, strong support around here. Bounced off $647 billion nicely there. Any upcoming projects under your radar? Yes, there's one. Which is having a pre-sale shortly, but I believe it should be getting listed on PancakeSwap on the 4th of July or something like that. It's called Meta Hero. It's basically this big machine here. It's a real life 3D scanner, and you put your body inside it and it turns your body into a 3D NFT, which is quite a cool idea. Rob Grin is the CEO and founder, which is a big angel investor, and I think that's going to be a solid project. But yeah, that's going to be on my BSC chain as well. Going on PancakeSwap soon, so go and check that out. I'll drop a link so you'll be able to check out white paper. But yeah, have a look at that. Come on, Bitcoin. Break through that area now. Needs to break through her. Another rejection might not be good because we rejected off here last time and came back down to that 32k. Let's see if it can push through. It's looking a little bit better than last time. It's pushed a little bit higher, which is good. So let's see if it can push through here. Can you take a look at AIOZ? I had a look at it over day. Where was it now? Not much data there. Is a brand new listing, I take it, on KuCoin at least. Let's have a look at other charts. Oh, not much data at all there. We've only got April. In terms of TA, no idea fundamentally about project. It's on its knees there, isn't it? That's probably the lowest it's ever been, I take it. So maybe if you're bullish on that, top up, but otherwise, maybe sit it out for wait for a recovery. What are you buying now? Well, I'm looking to buy something maybe today, tomorrow. I'm just going to wait for it to see what happens in BTC. If that does break through and turn 35k to support, which is a key level for me, if that does turn to support, I'm going to be potentially looking at buying some more RSR. I think this project is massively undervalued. So I'm looking for some buys on this. So if I think anything for this at around under 2.5 cent is a decent buy. So depending how this close goes today and how the weekend, I might wait for the weekend to just get over and done with, but I'm looking to buy some more RSR. Actually, Mark, I remember having a look at that, now you said it, that AIOZ, and I was looking at it and somebody told me that somebody's put my YouTube videos on AIOZ platform, and I thought, what's going on here? And I sent them a message, but they never got back to me, so I just thought, oh, fuck it. So I never looked at project. It put me off a little bit knowing about I don't know how it works. I don't know if everybody's video is on there or what, but my YouTube videos was on that platform and I didn't have a clue what was going on. Wrote to him, never replied, so I fucked it off. Right, any other projects you want me to cover? I'll do another 5 minutes and I'll sack it off. I need a brew as well, my eyes have gonna disappear on me. I won't mind buying some more Polkadot as well. I think that's massively undervalued. We did STMX the other day, didn't we? I'm not sure if you requested it, mate, but this was that liquidity grab, wasn't it? Look at all that trading within that range. We've been down and we've tested that liquidity. That went on a major run, didn't it? That was a parabolic move. I think we're going to... I can't see us going much lower than that, to be honest. So that low was at 1 cent, currently at 1.4 cents. So we have a bit of a recovery. Most assets, like we're saying, you'll probably get bored of me saying that, but from MA lows to current price, it's done a 35% push up, so yeah, it's not looking too bad. First major area is probably looking at the bottom of this move here. That's the first major area, 1.7 cent. I think a break above that. Flip that to support, I mean, it can start to regain some momentum. SAP chat project now in pre-sale. I'll have a look at remind me later on in Telegram group or something, or on Twitter, and I'll have a look at it, but not on stream, mate. Right, I think I'm going to do anyway. Just a quick stream there, having a look at BTC and some other alts. As usual, I'll be back to my morning stream tomorrow, so around 080900 GMT. If you're around, jump in stream. I'll drop link in the morning. As ever, thanks for everybody who's tuned in. Appreciate everybody who's watching me stream. So that's going to do it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you later.